Hello, lovely people. Join me while I do some cleaning throughout the house. Technically right now it is Friday, so I am home working on some cleaning in the kitchen. Next I need to do the living room, or just kind of more casual conversation. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about Secret Life of Mormon Wives or whatever it is on Hulu. So today, during my little lunch break time in between all of the 9,000 momming things that I am doing, guys, y'all are wild for that, for liking that. And I was texting my friend Brittany, and I'm like, these people are like super modern casual Mormons. I've never seen Mormon women with like crop tops, doing TikToks, got the whole long wavy hair, extensions, highlights, makeup, fake boobs. Like, no. It's pretty much just another version of like Real Housewives, but they got a little bit of religious conversation in there. But in comparison to any other show, movie, documentary, anything that I've seen about Mormons, these girls are wild. I think I just started the second episode, but for like people that like that trashy like reality TV stuff, yes, it is definitely in that area. It certainly is trashy. Just like, what is this? But yes, so I started that. So if you are also watching it, we can totally talk about it. But yeah, so that show, crazy. Check. Next conversation. I also have been talking about books. I am excited that my hold with Libby came back to me. I was reading Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, or reading because I'm listening to it, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, but that one is actually longer than some of the other ones, and I didn't finish it. You have like a 2-week like borrow period. I didn't finish it, so it went back to the library, and there was like a 30 people waiting list, so I just got back onto the library, but back onto the waiting list. But if you do have Libby, just like information to share, if you're waiting for like a book that you didn't get to finish to come back, it will remember where you are. So now I'm just picking up where I left off. That thankfully came back, and I will now definitely be able to get that finished within the 2-week borrow period. So I am continuing with reading that. I think I only have 7 books left to finish for my reading goal for this year. Last year's goal I set for 12, and I didn't even come close. So we went from some trash TV talk to book talk. So while I was waiting for Harry Potter to come back to me from borrowing, I was on Spotify. And for that, if you have I think it's premium, you have 15 hours of audiobooks a month. And they have a pretty decent amount on there. Some of them you have to actually like pay separately for. Also, before I forget, I keep wanting to mention that like I do not have super good experience with this. I'm not, I don't have all kinds of great editing skills or tools and all of that stuff. But I'm having fun with it. I am enjoying this. I'm enjoying like talking to everybody, having people, send me messages with questions, feedback, thanking me for some of the conversation topics that, we're talking about. Getting off the topic, getting sidetracked. Back to book talk. So while I was waiting for my Harry Potter Goblet of Fire to come back into my Libby account, I was listening to, and I did talk about when I started this, listening to Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. And I know there are a lot of people out there that are like super into Colleen Hoover books. I know, like, it went, like, off viral crazy for a little bit. One of them came out as a movie. Maybe the movie would be different for me because, like, it is going to be acting out. I just personally don't like the style of her, like, having the multiple different narrators and, like, chapter this person, chapter that person. But the first one I read, I think it's like Remembering Him, something like that was the first book I read from her. Also was like a back and forth narrative. But for this one, like, it was still the back and forth narrative, but one narrator was present time and one narrator was past time. So you only had one person's perspective on the current time frame. So I didn't really love that all that much. And like the current person's time frame was mostly like the spicy storyline. So then you weren't getting the other person's perspective on everything that was like happening. And just like I felt like for Remembering Him, super predictive, like probably, I don't even know, I think it was like the first chapter, maybe not even, like not very far into the book, I already was like, okay, this is what's happening, this is who's falling in love, this is who doesn't like each other, like, you know, it's just super predictive, which for me, then I just feel like it's a waste of time. Like, I already know what's going to happen. I'm now just hearing all of the spicy details along the way, which I guess for some people, you know, they're taking their mom time and doing their spicy books. But like, okay, then give me something that is gonna also like surprise me and keep me interested. I just feel like it's not like it's spicy in this chapter and then something else happens and then it's a different type of spicy in another chapter and then this happens. Like, no, it's literally like, I feel like every chapter is just the same. And like, I know what's going to happen. I pretty much like predict like the entire book. So for me, that's just like, I don't know. I want to be kept interested the whole time I'm reading. I don't want to know what's happening. I keep like debating if I try other styles because I have heard that Verity is very different than some of her other books. A lot of people say that one is more like gripping of your attention. I've also had some people say that that one was a tougher book to get through just because some of the story topics. And then of course there is It Ends With Us, It Begins With Us book, which is the one that it's the two-part and now it is the movie. Again, do I get into that? There's the new show on Netflix that I guess also was previously a book. Yeah, I don't know if you have any insight, opinions, anything also to share on any of those books that I just mentioned. What are you reading at the moment? Yeah, what else is going on out in book world, or also currently book talk, because people have been doing that strictly on their TikToks. So yeah, what's going on in those two areas?